Hello, Dr. Tawanna Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's going on, good people? Hello and hello again. Let me fix my screen real quick. All right, y'all. How y'all doing? Hope all is well with everybody. I am not 100%. I want to say that. So, my normal enthusiasm, all that good stuff, it's here, but it's resting. First and foremost, let me say welcome to everybody, whether you are here for the very first time or you spin the block, always come by and sit in the chat with your girl, Dr. Worlds. And hello, greetings, all that to you. Okay, welcome in. If you haven't shared, please do so. That really helps the video. I believe that several of these things for the first half of this live stream, and I will not be here long at all. It's going to be urgent news that we all should be very much so aware of. So please take 60 seconds or less to share. It's absolutely free, and it doesn't even cost you any time. While you're doing that, I'm going to explain what I was just getting ready to say before I did the welcome. I'm not feeling 100%, and so I want to put a PSA out there. Most of you guys know I have adult children, and we are dispersed all over the United States. One's in Kentucky. My daughter is in Texas. I have daughters out here on the West Coast. But 3 of us in 3 different locations somehow contracted something. And, it's been, broadcasted all over the news about this crypto or cryoplastis stomach, bacteria infection that they can't find the origin of it or they don't know where it comes from. Okay. So many people have been affected by it, y'all. I'm like, I don't even eat out. I'm going to eat in, cook my own food. But now I believe they say 18,000 eggs have been recalled for salmonella poisoning. Could absolutely jack up your intestines. Today, they say 30,000 pounds of beef have been recalled for salmonella poisoning. Also can jack up your intestines. They're calling it salmonella poisoning. I have never had salmonella poisoning, but mine just came all out of the blue. And it hurts like hell. I'm going to say that right now. Your stomach hurts really bad. I've bore 9 children in the earth, and contractions are one thing. Those hurt. But this is probably the equivalent to having some contractions. You can't eat anything. You can't drink anything. I mean, you still have an appetite to do so, but you either going to vomit it up from the front or the back. And you're depleting yourself of electrolytes, um, the good and the bad gut stuff that we need in our guts. And I think it's infecting the large intestine. For the women, you start feeling it in your ovary area, all the way up to the top of your stomach. And it either attacks the left or the right side. This is something that will wake you up out of your sleep. They are having to give people the cancer medication Zofran to keep them from throwing up. One of my daughters was throwing up blood. So whatever the hell they got going on out here, y'all beware. Ain't nothing safe. The water ain't safe. The eggs ain't safe. The lettuce ain't safe. The ground beef ain't safe. And I said this weeks ago. We don't have no laboratories, y'all. We're not making and mixing foods up. And they say what is causing this attack on your intestines is there was human feces found on, well, that's how you get it. Human feces have to be on your food in order for you to get this certain type of bacteria. Um, how something like that would happen, I don't know. Human feces is one thing. If they say animal feces, no, they say this is spread through human feces being on your food somehow during processing. Um, and I had told one of my sisters that I talked to earlier on today, excuse me, that if you've been following me for about a year, I remember heavily reposting something that really just disturbed my spirit when it came to these Chinese nationalists sneaking stuff over here, biochemical weapons, because that is what I heard in my spirit. Like the next attack is going to be biochemically. These people can put something in the air and cause millions of people to become sick. They can contaminate the food, they make it. It's approved by the FDA. You know, they grow it, they ship it, whatever. And then we entrust it to go into our most valuablest possession, which is our temple, our bodies. The water, we don't own a water system, so they're in control of whether the water is purified or not. But specifically, there were like 7 Chinese nationalists busted last year for smuggling in some type of fungi. One, it was a mushroom. The other one, it was like worms. And they were bringing them here. They were not people who got a passport to be here on a visa. These were Chinese nationalists who lived in China and was able to come over here on like a student visa to study at the University of Michigan these biochemical weapons. And when I went to go do research about what they were sneaking in, the mushroom and the worms or the fungi, all of it was supposed to be planted in the soil to poison our livestock. And then they said if humans ingested it, it would attack your intestines. It would cause violent stomach cramps. Let me see if I can pull that up. You remember that, sister? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. You remember that? Let me pull it up real quick. They be trying to go back and scrub the internet. Chinese nationalists smuggling biochemical. Let me just see if that'll pull it up. Yeah, in 2025, federal authorities arrested and charged multiple Chinese nationalists working as research scholars at the University of Michigan for conspiring to illegally smuggle biological materials, including a dangerous plant pathogen and roundworm DNA, into the United States. The investigation centered on two distinct smuggling schemes carried out at the university's laboratory. In June of 2025, authorities charged whatever her name is and her boyfriend after border officers. They had been doing this for 3 years, y'all. 3 years before they was busted. They discovered a biological pathogen hidden in one of their backpacks at the Detroit Metropolitan Airport. They smuggled Fusarium graminearum, a highly destructive fungus that causes head blight in vital crops like wheat, barley, corn, and rice. The fungus can devastate crops yields, and causes severe health issues such as liver damage, stomach cramping, and vomiting if it enters the body through the food supply. The symptoms that many people are having sounds very familiar. I don't put nothing past these cats at all. So stay woke. I don't believe there is nothing safe. If you didn't grow it, it's garbage. If you did not grow it, it's garbage. If we haven't grown our own food, planted our own food, we are in so much trouble. These people, let me go ahead and pull up my screen because I'm not going to be here long. I do want to share these receipts with y'all, though, so that y'all can see this. Hold on. Where we going to start at? We just gonna work our way up, okay? We not gonna go in order, but I'm gonna get to the one that I really want to show y'all. But there's several that I want to show you, so we're gonna work our way up from there. Oh, Father, okay, let's start here, okay? I think we need to start with the first one, so okay. Beachgoers beware. This is not just in one state. This is not just in one city. Beachgoers beware. There is a flesh-eating bacteria found in the United States waters. Remember I told y'all that they said the swimming pools had parasites? Now you got a flesh-eating bacteria in all United States waters. Y'all just stay tuned. This might be a little boring to you. If you ain't shared this, share this. Nothing is safe at all. Your food ain't safe. Your water isn't safe. Nothing is safe. So now, and it could be fear mongering, but we gonna be the judge after we see these receipts, okay? Because people have been hospitalized from this flesh-eating bacteria that they just contract from going swimming in the beach. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get to that next. Hold on. Okay. Vibrio vulnificus bacteria, whatever that is. Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Alabama, Florida, Louisiana, and counting. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and keep it moving from there. I'm just laying a foundation. Let me go back this way. Because here is the thing. This is a real thing. AI just created the first viruses that don't exist in nature yet. I'm just painting the picture for y'all to see. This is real. You can go to Google. I already did the research for you. It's 1000% real. Yes, AI is out here creating viruses. And I'm not talking about computer viruses, I'm talking about viruses that look like that thing that came through here in 2020. Same little shape pattern. But now AI is creating this. We are cooked. The wicked have too much power in their possession. Meanwhile, the people with the power have relinquished it to the devil himself. And he is having a field day. Okay? For the first time ever, an AI has written a complete genome from scratch. And Stanford researchers have now built 16 viruses that had never existed anywhere in nature. You can't make this up. Yeah, we cooked. While they're using it for our bad, our demise, we're not taking the advantage to go get all we can and can all we get and use this for the greater good. There's always two sides and, you know, two reactions. A negative has to be with a positive. You know, you have the front side of the bread and the back side of the bread. You have heads and tails on a coin. You'll have light and darkness. There's always positive and negative. So while negative is being negative, then we ought to be finding the positive and doing the positive. And lo and behold, who are those designing the diseases, the viruses? Who? Because it ain't us. It is not us, 100%. And I'm not sharing anything here to panic you at all. Okay. That's on one front. We have the inflation, we have, the crazy prices of housing just to live. We have that on one front. Then we have these people playing like they God themselves, creating viruses. We got food contamination. You feel me? You can't eat nothing, drink nothing. You can't even go swim nowhere, okay? Not right now. We got that happening simultaneously. And then the biggest issue that we have on our hands that puts us in the most gravest danger on our own soil is what you see on this screen. Because this is really what's happening while all of these other things are front and center. This is what is happening. What just happened in Spain last week? It is a coordinated, they are very patient people. It is very coordinated. Let me see if I can hold on, because this gonna make it make sense. Hold on. This is a coordinated plot, and it is to overtake and overthrow every country and then infiltrate. Let me see where this is at. Father, help me find this. Okay. Is this it? Okay. Before I go to this one, let me go to this one first. Okay. On social media, this man right here made a bold declaration. Started going, under people's posts and comments and stuff. continuously saying this. This will enter every home in America, not immediately, but definitely. They're very patient. Their agenda to overthrow this government and to take over and to get into office, all of this stuff is done very strategically. Now I'm going to go back and show you what I want to show you with the time remaining that I have to show you. Let me roll up here a little bit. Okay. This is happening where I live. I live in Dallas, but Texas overall. And this is happening in multiple states. They coming out, they marching, they taking territory, they praying in the streets. If you walking by with dogs and stuff that they consider unclean, they are attacking you. This is one of the things that I've been trying to say about California for a long time, that we have already been invaded. But let's keep going. Some are going to be videos so you can actually hear what is being said, okay? Everybody blowing the whistle on this because we are heavily under attack, okay? If you go look and see how many churches have been set on fire and by who that have been setting them on fire, all of this will go together like a hand in a glove. Let me see. What's the next one? It's happening. Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, and Utah have all enacted laws restricting or banning Sharia law. And the reason why these states, most of them are red states, the reason why these states are banning because they know exactly what comes with that. Ain't gonna be no more American freedoms and different things of that sort. That's why they working their way into the highest of positions. Senate, mayor, governor. Okay. Some of them out here in California is running and it's looking very prominent that they're gonna win. They want these mayoral positions. They want these governmental positions. They want to even get in the White House, Rashida Tlaib. They want to overtake America. So let me go through these videos because I believe we're getting into the videos. Oh yeah, this is one of them. Okay. In Michigan, very arrogant and cocky. After the elections, when we win in the midterms, and this is why a lot of stuff is happening. I already covered what's coming in the midterms, how many days or less that we actually have a little time to get prepared. We should be preparing today like we have no more time. We should be preparing tomorrow like we have no more time. Every day, every single day. But this man, they're already coming for the presidency. They want to get rid of having elections. They also want to get rid of having Senate. They want to institute a new law. Okay. And these people are right now, as we speak, in multiple states running for electorate positions where they have overcome or overtaken in that certain state. New York, Michigan, Minnesota, Arizona, California, big states. See, these little ones, okay, y'all can hold the fort because they're very patient. Very patient. If we can come in and conquer a major city, all the rest of the cities will be a piece of cake. So they're very strategic about what it is that they're doing. Um, I don't know if you guys know, but here in California, there is a whole city that is inoperable. They don't have no 911. They don't have no grocery store, anything. They can't go to work. They can't do anything. City is just has been crippled for about 2 days. Nothing works. They have their electricity or, their technology that runs and keep everything going has been hacked and hijacked by people from Iran saying, "Yeah, we tested it. Let you know we gonna turn it on, and we ain't gonna just eradicate y'all all at once, but we sending you a warning." They have given the United States some crazy demands, and if the United States don't meet this laundry list of demands, Strait of Hormuz ain't gonna be open. They want people in America to feel the missiles and stuff coming back down on them, like they have had to feel. They want Americans to pay for the damage that has been done over there. It's just like a impossible list. Okay, and I believe they made it impossible so that there's no deal, and they get to carry out their stuff. Okay, so there is a city in California that is totally disabled. Susan City declares state of emergency after their cyber attack. The North Bay City says a malicious software infected its entire systems on Friday morning, impacting public safety and other city services. Okay, there is no TSA, the police, the radios, dispatching 911, ambulance, none of that. Okay, it's not just in California, North Carolina. They confirmed that they also went down due to the cyber attack disrupting their major operations. Stuff for security, homeland security, safety. They have offices in every state. You ain't going to be able to carry out any of that. Want to know why they're attacking those things and why they're just kind of like poking at them, testing, doing a drill run, see if they work? Because when they strike, they're going to make sure we can communicate. They can never come over here and strike and we not be aware of it. Okay. U.S. water systems in 12 states, now it is up to 14, targeted in a wave of cyber attacks. I broke it down by going to Google the other day, letting you know if our water was shut off, like if our water was tampered with, if they shut the water system down, you can't bathe, you can't eat, how long would we in America have until we just utterly collapse? 2 to 4 hours. 2 to 4 hours after they shutting down our water pumps, our water systems, everything that relies on water, over with in 2 to 4 hours. And that is already like at a critical level. Longer, it goes to you cannot recover. Okay. Iran is likely behind the cyber attacks on U.S. water systems. Sources have said malicious cyber attacks have attacked municipal water systems in at least 7 states. That was before it jumped up to like 14. Okay. This right here is a major problem because now the White House, Marco Rubio and them, the people in the White House, and I'm going to share the clips with y'all. They're like, look, it's every American's right to defend themselves and be prepared, be vigilant. You see something, say something, prepare your family. We do have a constitutional freedom to protect ourselves. Now they want to come out with this dumb stuff. But there were 18,000 vetted suspected terrorists let into this country when Biden had that border open. 18,000 known vetted terrorists. We're not even talking about the Chinese ones. We're not even talking about the Chinese ones who came over here. And as soon as they touched down, they were not over here. These were military age men came over here and they came and went straight to the shooting range, our shooting ranges. I covered that too. I have been covering this for years and won't let up. And an additional 6,525 were prevented from entering the U.S., but they let 18,000. I forgot what they called the name of them. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to say Hezbollah. I'm not even going to say a name. Something like the hijab or something. I'm not going to say the name because I ain't trying to offend nobody like that, okay? FBI is warning that attacks are coming to cities. From 911 calls to water pumps, cyber attacks are moving closer to home. And the FBI now wants us to know that yes, there are attacks coming. And yes, we are under attack. Let me get on back up here where I was at. So we already talked about Suzan City. Let me go back this way. Then on the 10th, CISA, FBI warned that gunware ransomware targets our critical infrastructure. Now they want to tell us, yeah, cyber agencies warned that gunware ransomware affiliates are exploiting internet facing vulnerabilities to steal and encrypt data across critical infrastructure sectors. Our Navy, our military, our Army, the government, the IRS, Treasury, all of this stuff. Okay, it was on their website. They're trying to say hashtag stop it, but y'all already knew these people said that they were going to attack us one way or the other. Okay. Now I wanted to share this with y'all because this right here is absolutely mind blowing. If we got, and it's real, it's 1,000% legit. The federal airline they hired 2,000 gamers to run our air traffic control. You can't make this up. I saw the videos of the people who got approved to be in control of the traffic in the skies. And they are gamers. 2,000 gamers are controlling our skies. Because they say all you need is a little, you know how to work a joystick or handheld device and you can be an air traffic controller. Do you know people went to rigorous training? They went to school training to learn how to navigate the skyways. I couldn't do it. And I've been driving a vehicle for a very long time. I've played a video game as well, here and there. You mean to tell us we in this bad of a condition that 2,000 gamers have been paid very incentivized, okay? This is Sean Duffy. This is the secretary down there in the White House. Game changer. In April, we launched a new campaign to recruit video gamers as air traffic controllers and supercharge the entire supercharged. The entire hiring process to get the best and brightest and faster. The results are historic. 94% of hiring goals was met, fastest time ever to reach its target. 2,000 plus was hired, the most in a single year. 2,000 plus best and brightest candidates in the pipeline, reaching the academy quicker than any class before them, thanks to the most streamlined hiring process. We're building the strongest, sharpest workforce in aviation history. 2,000 gamers will be running the traffic above our heads. Okay. In McKinney, Texas, City Council just unanimously voted to approve a new mosque site despite community opposition. I'm going to show y'all the videos. I'm just getting all of the headlines, the screenshotted headlines out of the way, but I'm going to show you the video, okay? Let me make sure that was it before I get to the videos. Okay, let's start with this one first, because these the youngsters. And I want you to, this is also coming from White House press secretary. Okay, let me stop the screen there and go to where the video is playing. Oh gosh, I'm almost done, y'all. Okay, these little kids are not in a foreign country chanting this. They are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's hear what they have to say. نقدم الأرواح دون تواني وسنضرب الأعناق على أجسادهم ونحرر الأقصى الحزين العاري ونقود جيش الله منجز وعده ونسومهم سوء العذاب القاري. I can't take this music. I can't take it. The blood of martyrs protect. They are singing a chant and a prayer in America about decapitating and avenging, okay, whoever this is. This is happening while they at school. The Muslim American Society Islamic Center is doing this on our soil. But it gets better. Or shall I say worse? Let me go ahead and pull up the next one. Hold on one second. Hold on, I gotta scroll all the way up here where I'm trying to get to for these videos. What in the world? Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. I'm gonna have to open these up in several windows. This one I want y'all to hear too, because this is coming from the higher ups. Hold on. All right, now let me share the screen. Let's go here first.
There are multiple Muslim-only housing developments that already exist or are in the planning stages.
This is U.S. Representative Keith Self from Texas, and he's raising the alarm about what he describes as the spread of Sharia law infiltrating Texas.
Including the Meadows, Epic City, right there in my district. It's currently under investigation by the state of Texas. An Islamic imam in Dallas called the police on a fellow Muslim for simply talking to a Christian pastor. An imam in the Houston area was filmed threatening to occupy stores that sold goods that are incompatible with Sharia. Just yesterday, at a taxpayer-funded high school in my district, an Islamic group set up a booth during the school day to pass out Qurans, unauthorized. They did that. These examples multiply daily. The spread has gotten so serious that on March the 3rd, a proposition to ban Sharia will appear on the Texas primary ballot. And I encourage all Texans to go to and vote for that proposition. Because as Texas goes, so goes the nation. And as the nation goes, so goes the world. Here's what's happening right now in the Lone Star State. There are multiple Muslim-only housing developments that already exist or are in the planning stages, including the Meadows, Epic City, right there in my district. It's currently under investigation by the state of Texas. An Islamic imam in Dallas called the police on a fellow Muslim for simply talking to a Christian pastor. An imam in the Houston area was filmed threatening to occupy stores that sold goods that are incompatible with Sharia. Just yesterday, at a taxpayer-funded high school in my district, an Islamic group set up a booth during the school day to pass out Qurans, unauthorized. They did that. These examples multiply daily. The spread has gotten so serious that on March the 3rd, a proposition to ban Sharia will appear on the Texas primary ballot. And I encourage all Texans to go to and vote for that proposition. Because as Texas goes, so goes the nation. And as the nation goes, so goes the world. Here's what's happening right now in the Lone Star State. There are multiple Muslim-only housing developments that already exist or are in the planning stages, including the Meadows, Epic City, right there in my district. It's currently under investigation by the state of Texas. An Islamic imam in Dallas called the police on a fellow Muslim for simply talking to a Christian pastor. An imam in the Houston area was filmed threatening to occupy stores that sold goods that are incompatible with Sharia. Just yesterday, at a taxpayer-funded high school in my district, an Islamic group set up a booth during the school day to pass out Qurans, unauthorized. They did that. These examples multiply daily. The spread has gotten so serious that on March the 3rd, a proposition to ban Sharia will appear on the Texas primary ballot. And I encourage all Texans to go to and vote for that proposition. Because as Texas goes, so goes the nation. And as the nation goes, so goes the world. Here's what's happening right now in the Lone Star State. There are multiple Muslim-only housing developments that already exist or are in the planning stages, including the Meadows, Epic City, right there in my district. It's currently under investigation by the state of Texas. An Islamic imam in Dallas called the police on a fellow Muslim for simply talking to a Christian pastor. An imam in the Houston area was filmed threatening to occupy stores that sold goods that are incompatible with Sharia. Just yesterday, at a taxpayer-funded high school in my district, an Islamic group set up a booth during the school day to pass out Qurans, unauthorized. They did that. These examples multiply daily. The spread has gotten so serious that on March the 3rd, a proposition to ban Sharia will appear on the Texas primary ballot. And I encourage all Texans to go to and vote for that proposition. Because as Texas goes, so goes the nation. And as the nation goes, so goes the world. Here's what's happening right now in the Lone Star State. There are multiple Muslim-only housing developments that already exist or are in the planning stages, including the Meadows, Epic City, right there in my district. It's currently under investigation by the state of Texas. An Islamic imam in Dallas called the police on a fellow Muslim for simply talking to a Christian pastor. An imam in the Houston area was filmed threatening to occupy stores that sold goods that are incompatible with Sharia. Just yesterday, at a taxpayer-funded high school in my district, an Islamic group set up a booth during the school day to pass out Qurans, unauthorized. They did that. These examples multiply daily. The spread has gotten so serious that on March the...
Oh. Hold on, you guys, 1 second. My neighbor's here at my door. Give me 1 second, okay? I'm going to play the next one, and then I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second.
What are you guys watching?
I'm on live. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if this is... All right, so let me play this one. This one's ready.
State Secretary of State just warned that we might be going into another civil war. Look.
It's time for the people of the civilized world to defend ourselves, to stand united against this encroaching darkness and fight for what is ours. It is easy to destroy great things. It is far more difficult to make them. The enemies of civilization are only capable of the former. They are only capable of destroying great things. All they know is destruction. But we have built great things together. We have done it time and again. We know what we must do, and now we must do it.
The United States Secretary of State just warned that we might be going into another civil war. Look.
It's time for the people of the civilized world to defend ourselves, to stand united against this encroaching darkness and fight for what is ours.
I am so apologetic. I have a neighbor here who is, I guess, dealing with some things and wanted to get my input on it or see if I could stand with her. I'm like, I'm in the middle of what I do for work. She's like, oh, can you call this person? So charge it to my head, not to my heart. I apologize that was just repeating itself, but I was trying to get her calmed down. She's a veteran, and there's some stuff going on upstairs. So just making sure she felt like, cool. But yeah, let me put this one on. Let me get them lined up. Because now they telling us, yeah, this is going to happen. And hold on, don't you play without me playing you. And then let me pull up another one. I'm going to pull them both up at the same time because it's multiple. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. Now let me just share the screen. And we're going to go to these two next. So you see Marco Rubio telling you got to protect and defend yourself from what? From this.
It should shake every single American to their core. Massive Muslim gatherings are taking place all over the world, but this video is not from the Middle East. It was recorded right here in the United States. Thousands of Muslims packed the streets of Dearborn, Michigan on Saturday. And if you look closely, you'll notice something's completely missing. And that's any sign of American patriotism. Reports indicate that U.S. flags were actually explicitly banned from the event. Friends, this isn't just an isolated incident. It's a complete institutional shift. Dearborn's police chief, he loves it. And it's actively boasting about he transformed his own department. And it does not stop in Dearborn, friends. New York City's Muslim mayor, he took part in a similar ceremony. Zohar Mamdani, he posted these pictures on social media along with a message saying, quote, May we carry these values forward as we continue building a more just city for every New Yorker. Now, if thousands of Muslims marching in the streets of an American city is not enough to worry you, a city neighboring Dearborn recently tried to put Arabic script directly onto official police uniform patches. The mayor eventually stepped in and stopped it, but Dennis, it looks like these local leaders are trying to completely dismantle the American way of life in favor of Islam. What are your thoughts?
They're totally pandering.
So I'm not going to play that news clipping, but let me go ahead and go to the next one, because this is the real news. We are cooked, literally cooked. If we cooked, you know.
Oh no! Fuck you! This is the Islamic Republic of New Yorkistan. Islam will be in every household. Inshallah, the whole world is Muslim. Welcome to Mamdani's New York. You see this city? You see how it looks? Inshallah, your city looks just like this too.
Real quick, ain't this you?
Yeah, fortunately, yeah.
Nico, do us all a favor and shut your bitch ass up.
Oh,
You gotta look.
sorry. So sorry. I did not know that part was there. My apologies. Let me stop the share and keep going. Okay. Just want to let you know what they're doing, what type of timing they own everywhere, and what their sentiments are towards us. Let me get this one. Yeah, I can't listen to that. It says Chicago. While our leaders obsess over Europe's slow death, Chicago is being captured right now. New York is being captured right now. Texas is being captured right now. You got the American people, the regular everyday citizens in Texas. You know, them boys ain't about that. You're not coming to take nothing down in Texas. So they having a battle there. Los Angeles, Fresno, California, all of these places in California captured. They own the hotels. They own the rental properties. They own the restaurants, bro. They own the gas stations. Captured. This is not in Spain. This is not in Canada. This is not in the UK. This is not in Europe. This is in America. I've showed you over and over and over again multiple cities in America, and still we got a little bit more to go. So y'all can see how these people think and how they feel. This is the problem. And America did this on purpose. This is coming from the news. I don't talk to Fox News. Rashida Tlaib clashes with reporter over death to American chants. Okay. In the middle of Dearborn, Michigan, an entire crowd start chanting blank to America. When asked about it, Rashida Tlaib refused to condemn it. They stood in Michigan chanting this.
Not a great look.
The mayor condemned it. The White House condemned it. But what about Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib? She reps Dearborn. Is she okay with her constituents chanting death to America? Fox Business.
Why would we even have people over there that feel like that about us? You got their kids in the schools. You got the young people in the streets of New York. I just showed you a man going all over you like, yeah, what did they say? Allah will enter every home. Same thing that young man just seen, and we're not done, okay? So let me stop and share there and pull up a couple more. This is a problem. This is a really big problem, you guys. This is a really big problem. Not a small problem, a really big problem. In the middle of Dearborn, Michigan, an entire crowd of Hezbollah, Hamas, and regime supporters chant "Blank to America." They voted overwhelmingly for the Islamist Abdul el-Sayed, the guy who said as soon as he get elected, he will go after the presidency and all of this stuff. Okay, let me get this one pulled up here. Hold on. And then let me get another one pulled up because I got to do them 2 by 2. It's so many of them. So many of them. And this is the real problem, not the fake manufactured, generated. This is a real problem, folks, brothers and sisters. This is a real problem. We can never go to any country and do this. They're not even hiding it.
You will be Muslim. It's just that simple. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this religion of mine will enter every single home, whether you like it or not. It will overtake every religion, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, listen here, Akbar. Zero shot on all that. I know you're used to overpowering goats and little girls and shit like that, but
we're going to turn him off. I want you to get the full thing right here of what he said.
This is a Muslim country, and every single one of you will be Muslim. It's just that simple. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, this religion of mine will enter every single home, whether you like it or not. It will overtake every religion, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, listen here.
Okay, let me go to the next one. This is their mindset. This is their mission. This is their agenda.
And once they have the numbers, they're going to start demanding for Sharia law. In Hamburg, Germany, right now this is going on, and they are slowly starting to invade, and it's going to take place in Western countries.
Shut up. This is in Germany. It done took over Germany. Let me try to turn the volume back up. I think it just restarted, actually, honestly. But this is not just we're going to take over UK. They already did the most in Africa. They were over there stoning folks, burning the young girls. This is their ideology.
And then all of a sudden, ramen starts coming up out of nowhere and surpasses Spencer Pratt. Now, Democrats, this is where I want you to pay attention, because you get to see it from the bottom up now. It's not just a conspiracy. It's not just, oh, look at these crazy maggots telling us some stuff that doesn't make sense. Let me tell you what's about to happen. Karen Bass is not going to win this election. So every person who wants Karen Bass to be in charge, you might as well give that thought up. It's already being handed over to Rahman. Why? because the deep state, of which you guys don't believe in, are about to take over the country with Islam. Why do you think Mom Donnie has been placed in New York? Now Ramen's about to be placed in LA. Minnesota is practically already given over. They've already been trying to set up their own spots in Texas. If you go across the seas and you look into the UK and everything, they're already taking over. That's why they wanted to leave our borders open. Pay attention. You're about to see Karen Bass either bow out, or you're going to start to see the worst smear campaign against Karen Bass that you've ever seen. At some point, Democrat constituents, y'all need to wake up. Your country is being taken from you.
Period. Everybody needs to wake up. Democrats, my butt. American citizens need to wake up. No ifs, ands, or buts. We have been overtaken. 100%. And we're not done listening to how they feel. Check this out. These people are bold, y'all. These people are bold. Let me turn the volume up.
Back up!
But it's not happening, right?
Y'all talk back to me. Y'all too silent in the chat. What do y'all see? Talk back to me. I mean, because we can go on and on to the break of dawn, literally. This is happening, and this has not been mainstreamed. This ain't even, I mean, most people don't even know that this is happening right underneath their eyes, like right before their eyes, right underneath their noses. This is happening, and they have become more vocal and bold. Like, we don't even.
Folks, the moment's not tomorrow. The moment is now. Here's the first ad drop, a campaign ad from Mike Rogers for Senate against his opponent, Abdul al-Sayed, who is as big a nutcase as the Nazi tattoo guy who stepped aside up in Maine because his polls were bad. But the Democrats loved him, too. He actually won. Check this out.
I'm not here to disavow people's views. America deserved 9/11, dude. I'm saying it.
When I was in college, I took a terrorism class.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
I'm not here to disavow people's views. You know, I am in support of abolishing ICE.
Kill those and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood.
There are no Republicans in there. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood. Just listen to their own words. It's not a Republican. They don't need it. It's not, hey, here's what I think this guy said. Here's what he said. This guy could be in the United States Senate voting on issues like your healthcare, your education, your Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, all these issues that affect your life. They could be voting on that for you. Law enforcement, federal law enforcement, the military. Imagine being in the military where you swore to protect and serve this country. And you're running with a guy who aligns with people who thinks we did.
No media coverage here in my city. I know. That's why it's so important for like independent journalism, hood vlogging, whatever you want to call it. It's very important. Let me turn this up. This is Michigan. Michigan is gone.
Death to America. That was not chanted in Iran. That was not chanted in Iraq or Yemen. That was chanted in Dearborn, Michigan on American soil by 45,000 people. I almost didn't post this, but 45,000 Muslims just walked through the streets of a very traditional American city waving Islamic flags. Not one American flag, not a single one. The Shia Muslim Mosque of Dearborn declared its allegiance to the Islamic regime in Iran on camera. And then they called the United States nation, quote, devil worshippers. And while this was happening, a man named Jake Lang stood up and said 3 words: Jesus is king. He was immediately smashed in the head with a rock, and then the mob tried to drag him out of the police car that was saving him. No one's been arrested. Let me tell you what Dearborn, Michigan looks like right now. It's the first Arab majority city in America. It has a Muslim mayor, a Muslim police chief. Police force is now 45% Arab American, home to the largest mosque in North America. And now, Hezbollah and Hamas supporters openly chanting death to America, marching down the streets. Meanwhile, a Christian man bleeds for saying the name of Jesus in public. Even the White House press secretary's account posted this and said, quote, "This is happening in America. This is not the future. It's today. The plan I showed you in part 1 is being executed. They told you exactly what they would do, and now they're doing it."
Period. They've been saying they'll do this, and now it's being done. I think I have one more here, and then I'm going to let y'all go because I didn't want y'all to be here too long. But I just wanted you to see for yourself and hear for yourself what the heck is really going on. America, Brooklyn residents forced to hear amplified calls to prayer from nearby mosques starting at 5 a.m. I'm not listening too much of that. It just vexes my spirit 100%. But I wanted to come by here and show y'all America is cooked. They let the enemy come up in here and do exactly what is being done. It's a danger to us because they don't like us. We don't just have the government trying to attack us. We have these Muslims coming to overtake. They're not coming to make peace with you, be nice with you. No, they are coming to overtake. They're coming to rule. They're coming to dismantle. If community has never been important to you, it ought to be important to you now. If you don't have a lot of family, even if you do, even a family of 15 should gather up with another family of 15. Not just because of the invasion. I'm talking about for safety purposes. I'm talking about for preservation purposes. I'm talking about for your mental well-being, physical well-being purposes. Community is going to be key if we're going to survive this. These are the people that have been here in sleeper cells. See, we've been talking about the sleeper cells for a cool minute, but you ain't seen the magnitude of how many of them are over here. I've never demonstrated how many are over here, actually here, because they never had the visualization. But now that you got us about to go to war, they're letting you know just how grave of danger we are in. How many of them are over here? Right along with the food, right along with the waters being hijacked, America is cooked. That's all I wanted to come by here and tell you. That's the message. If you thought it was high time to play around and still be discombobulated and busy and all of this stuff, then there's no hope for you. Just be honest with you. You might as well just go along with whatever is going along because there is no hope for you. But if you have been trying to find your footing and build and do different things, shout out to you. It's time to turn it up a whole nother level. Okay, so a lot of these videos of warnings and whoop-de-whoop will come to cease. It will halt. Because now we're going in the realm of the spirit and we are pulling down strongholds. You will see me at different times, different intervals of the day, binding and loosing, covering and protecting. Okay? Praying won't be your normal business. Hey, you guys need to come on and do this. Enough is enough of that. God said enough is enough. They had too many warnings. And now you get to see what was brewing behind the scenes and what is coming for you. And this government did this. I've never known one government just open up their borders and let everybody in. You got a lot of the young people, over 350, almost 400,000 young people just on the Fenty. You let all of these people come over here and steal the resources, the health care, the low income housing, the food stamps, the Medicare, everything. You let them steal everything. And you know what's so crazy? They then went and started LLCs and businesses and daycare homes and living facilities, autism centers, turned around, did business with the government, got contracts for millions of dollars. That's what the whole exposing Minnesota and LA was all about. How they confiscated all that money through government contracts for having daycare centers and learning centers that did not have any kids in it at all, but yet they were billing, they were milking the government for millions of dollars. And the one who got busted because they did something off, it was one little thing they did not institute, whether that was done purposely or ignorantly. One of the laws they did not institute, which caused his whole case to be thrown out. He was peddling money from here. They were caught in an airport with millions of dollars packed and strapped on them to send back to Somalia and all that stuff. Listen. And that man happened to end up on the border peace. Can't make this up. So I love you guys. I'm going to go try to lay down. Like I said, I wasn't feeling the best. I came by here to give y'all some urgent alerts. I don't have no sales for y'all. To each man his own. It's nothing but prayer we can do at this point in time. Let's pray. Pray that you don't perish. Pray that you may escape all that is coming, because it's coming. America is definitely going to be judged, and we can't stop that. But please be aware of your surroundings. Pay attention. And as much as you can gather with other people instead of being divided, and white people, black people, all people should be trying to get together in this hour, because it's us versus them. That being said, I love you guys, and I will see you guys the next time.